Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, hit the notification bell so that you can come and join us for our live shows. All right, so on the docket today, other than the Diddy trial, we have Match Me Abroad, Season 2, Episode 2, All Fired Up. All right, Jamal, what'd you think of this episode?
I mean, it was okay overall.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just start. Let's just jump, dive right in. Do you want to start? Let's go like person by person. 'Cause I think it's easier with this show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm finding. Do you want to go with? Oh, let me say hi to everybody. Hi, Ryan. Hi, little lady. Hi, Farmata. I think the top fan thing is new, and my guess is it goes by like how much you chat in the chat. That's just my guess. But welcome everyone. We're jumping right in.
Oh
We're
yeah,
jumping right.
I saw that in Heidi's chat. I think that's neat. Hold on.
Same.
Let me just put up this picture because it's the only one I have. As you could tell by the time that I set the scheduled the show last night, I had a very long day because it was end of quarter.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
Uh,
Um, Out of the 4 contracts I worked on this month, I got in 3. I'm still negotiating one.
oof.
They have until tomorrow to sign, though.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go with Amber first.
Yes.
All right, just so that you know, I don't have any other pictures for this show. So this is it. We're just going to watch this where this alpaca spit on her and these Irish people are laughing at her. Okay, so basically, she is going on her first date with Kevin. It's Kevin, right? Kevin, not
Yes.
Kivar. Kevin, right?
Hmm.
And as we know, the alpaca spat on her, and he admits that he lives at home with his family, and she thinks that that's a red flag. Your thoughts?
So here's the thing, and this is where I was really concerned about her. And we talked about this like the first episode. That Americans going across the pond to date other like people in different cultures and making assumptions because it's different. You know, it's not a red flag. Now if you were like in Houston where she lives and you met a man and you don't know what he does for work and he says he lives at home with his mother, okay, you can say red flag.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go to other countries and other cultures, you have to be mindful that in some cultures, even after marriage, the family will move the new wife or husband into the house and they will build extensions onto the house.
Mm-hmm.
So just because he lives at home with his mother, his parents, and I think his sister, doesn't mean um, that he's broke, as she assumed in the preview, or it's not a red flag. Who you don't know the size of his parents' house, so why are you judging? That's my thing.
I
They
don't
could have
even
come.
think it's the size of the house. I want to know the acreage.
Yes, and where I assume he lived, and like was it like Whitlow or Whitlock or whatever? They out in the countryside, so they neighbors must be really far down the road or something. You could see them, but they're not like next to you.
I want to know. I listen. I got to go to Ireland because that's part of my What is it? 23andMe. Part of me is from out there in County Cork. So I'm gonna go stop into Dublin and then I'm gonna drive down to County Cork and I'm gonna say hi to Kevin on my way down. Kevin and that alpaca. I don't know. I just think I don't know why I feel like she's rushing this.
She always does. That was Katarina's like concern about her is that she rushes into everything.
But she's rushing every judgment, rushing like to liking this guy, and then he says one thing about living at home, and then she's rushing to tear him down, saying he better not be expecting me to cook and clean like how his mama does. Do you know that his mother does that?
Thank you.
Him and his siblings might have to do that.
Exactly.
I don't know. She's just annoying me. I'm not. I think I was just most annoyed at her hair. I'm gonna be very honest here. She has a beautiful hair. Like when she got off the plane, it looked great. And then I couldn't figure out what she was doing with the front of her hair. And then what's that white thing in it? Is that a hair comb?
I thought it was a hair tie.
I, I was just so disappointed that she showed up to the date looking like this. She came in a pair of belly bearing joggers with a leather coat and strappy high heels to go out on a farm. And she ain't do nothing with her hair. I don't know. It's just me, or is it just me, or is anybody else bothered about how we can see almost all of Amber's teeth whenever she smiles? I mean, even the ones in the far back. She got, and what's making it worse is that she's wearing the bright red lipstick, which is calling attention to her mouth. But there's nothing wrong with that because she has a Julia Roberts mouth. You could see all the way down to Julia Roberts'
Hmm.
lungs when she opens her mouth. So, I mean, she just got a big mouth. That's all. I was more bothered with the front of her hair. I just wanted her to do something with it.
It just wasn't style. That's all.
I wanted her to like I was telling Jamal backstage. My mother would have put it in corkscrews overnight and then in the morning shake it out and it would have had nice bouncy curls and waves. She got good hair, she just don't know what to do with it. Sorry. I wonder if she asked further questions about the living situation, multi-generational family, maybe a thing there. I think it is. And she didn't ask any questions. She just jumped to conclusions. And this is why things fail with her. And
Right.
she's taking her experience from Houston and transferring it over to Ireland to help her make her decisions. And I don't think she needs to be rushing to any decisions like this. Like he's not she's acting like he's the first and that's it. She's hit pay dirt with him. Isn't she supposed to be dating multiple people on this thing?
Yes.
I don't get it. Katarina need to do something with her. She was way,
But Katarina knows it though.
but she need to have to sit down and talk to her.
Right.
When is she gonna do a come to Jesus? She was way too dismissive. Yes. I was really surprised he wasn't turned off by how intense she was. That was a win for her. Mm. Well, he kind of was, but I think he got used to it. He seems very quiet and reserved, and she's like, I don't want to say loud and boisterous. I'm gonna say bubbly and
Energetic.
exuberant. Yeah, and energetic too. In her mouth. Ugh. I don't know. I have people fatigue, and I would be a little tired of her energy after about 30 seconds. Anywho, anything else happened with
No.
them? Okay. Who you want next?
What's the name? Victoria? Is it? I think
Victoria,
the
yeah,
new one.
9 and based in New York City.
She's interesting. We find out a lot about her and her family life,
Mm,
and I kind of can see where what well based on what her friend says, because her friend says something very important. Now, let's go back to the beginning. Victoria has been on 75 first dates. And yes, she's counting. 75 first dates, and it sounds like not too many second dates. And I'm like, well, she's nice. She's quirky. She seems like, she's employed. She's living in New York by
mhm.
herself. I like her apartment for a single woman. She seems like she has a great dog. She seems to have a very nice personality. I'm like, okay, what's wrong with you? Then flash forward to her best friend coming over to help her pack, and
Crystal,
yeah, help
Crystal.
her pack. And she's the truth teller. She's what Jen was to Miriam Sister Wives. She's that to Victoria. She tells her the truth. X, Y, and Z. And come to find out, Victoria. both her parents are gone. She was really close to her dad, and her dad was hooked on drugs, and was in prison. But she still wrote him letters, all the things. He passed away. She was 19, and apparently her mother's passed away too because she said both her parents are dead. Now, comes to find out from Crystal that Victoria shares way too much too soon. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, that could be a turn off. That could be what's wrong. Okay, I understand now.
First
But
date, she
oh,
giving her whole life story.
right. But then, you know, the second thing is that's the first part. The second part is that she's a people pleaser, which
Mm-hmm.
is very difficult. And Katarina pointed that out because Katarina was struggling with her. Struggling so much that Katarina actually questions the matches for her because she said, Victoria comes off as a people pleaser, which means she conforms to whoever she's around. She's also, I can't get a read on her. I'm like, oh yeah, 100%.
Mm-mm-mm. But Katerina was like, when she was in the car asking her questions, and what's she name? Victoria said, "Oh, I asked my friends," and Katerina was just like, "So, are you influenced by what your friends say?"
Right,
And she said, "No, but I have every right to ask them." And Katerina was like, "Bitch, they make your decisions for you."
right.
Katerina wasn't really like, I think she was I don't want to say fed up, but a little irritated by her. And this is another one with a big mouth. Oh my god. But she got big teeth too. There ain't
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that because it suits her face. But what killed me with her was that the reason why she picked Ireland is because she heard Irishmen like fake boobies, so she hopes they like her fake boobies.
No, big boobies, big, not fake, big,
Oh, big.
big.
Okay.
Yes. And this is from her ex, who's Irish, and she went to him for advice to see if she would do well there.
See, she just giving herself away because she go to everybody for
Yes,
advice and she
thank
can't make
you.
her own decisions.
Right.
Are we even gonna like the real Victoria when we meet her? Because I mean, I like the dog and I like Crystal.
But here's the thing, though. I don't think Victoria knows who she is at this point because she's asking everyone for advice, and when the people please just conform to people around them, just like Katarina said. So and I think it was Katarina who mentioned like when people are people pleasers and conform, that just means they're really afraid to show their real selves because they don't want to face that rejection. Which is why me personally, I just choose to be the asshole I am, love me or hate me because I'd rather you hate me for who I am than like me for who I'm not, which is why I don't have many friends, and I'm okay with that. Because when you choose to be your own person and stand on your own, using myself as an example, it will put you at odds with your friends when it comes down to what you feel is right and wrong. And there are times you need to let your friends know where they're wrong. Now, do I prefer to do that privately? Yes, but there are sometimes where you have to do it in front of other people, and they may not like that. It's like, well, if you don't like the truth, that's not my problem. That says more about you than me. So that's just what it is. That's why I always chose to be the asshole I am because people really equate honesty as being an asshole. Do I always say it the right way? Absolutely not. Sometimes I'll be like I'll be frustrated and say what I have to say, and yeah, it can put you in hot water, but it's better to be in hot water than a cold ass pond. And
Mm.
that's where Victoria is. She's floundering because she's not being herself because she's afraid of being rejected both in friendships and relationships. So yeah, you could please people only so much, but the problem is with that, the more you please people, the more they expect out of you. And then you don't have the right to get frustrated with their expectations when you've allowed those expectations to be set upon you.
Boom. There you go. Hi, avoiding eye contact.
Hey, avoid eye contact.
I was really surprised he wasn't turned off by how intense she was. Oh, sorry. We read that already. Okay, so Katerina didn't like how she was just coming off of the airplane. I didn't see anything wrong with it. That's a long flicking flight, even from New
Hmm.
York. And it's overnight too, so you want to be comfortable. She's not going to meet her great love on the plane because you're supposed to be finding that for her, Katerina. So gear it back down. Um, I don't know how I feel about Victoria. I really don't. Um,
I don't have
I
a sense
don't.
of who she is. That's where I'm at with her.
But you're in New York. You've had all these dates, and you haven't found anybody. Here's where I'm losing this show. You can't manage a successful relationship at home where the person is close by,
Well,
within like a bus ride, a train ride, a car ride, a bicycle ride, whatever. But you think you have the capability to manage a long distance relationship. This is where this show falls down for me.
okay, and ma'am, you're in marketing operations and you can't sell yourself. Okay, never mind.
She a
I'm
bottle
just saying.
girl.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like like in marketing, it's about pitching yourself, selling your product. And and my whole thing is, and you're in the liquor, and you do this for a liquor company. Okay.
She's a bottle girl. That's it. Yeah, I don't know. She holds the bottle at the sampling table. I don't know. It's just very weird. Why would she be trying to be noticed on a transatlantic flight? For real. You put on your
Yes.
eye mask
Yes.
and your blankie and you curl up and you pray for the flight to be over. At least I do. I don't know what anyone else like I don't travel like the Kardashians. I don't travel like royalty. I cannot sleep on flights. So transatlantic flights or long haul flights do me in. And I'm not in the best of moods or the best representation of myself to be meeting anybody but the gate agent and the flight crew on the plane. That's about it. I have a feeling Victoria is gonna be awkward AF on her dates. Yup, because she's gonna be like what Jamal says. She's gonna be like trying to transform herself to assimilate with whoever she encounters, and she's gonna wind up confusing herself and us who's watching it. All right, who's next?
Harold is last but not least.
No, we also have Monica. Remember,
I thought Monica was. Oh yeah, she did.
Monica got to
You know,
Brazil.
I forget. I forget about her. Um, I forgot about her already. So Monica lives in Brazil. She
No,
recently.
Monica live in California, but she matched with Brazil.
That's what I'm saying. Is she in? She's in Brazil, right?
Oh yeah, she flew in. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's what Yeah, Monica's from Newport Beach.
Mm-hmm.
She's a single mom. Her daughter's in
Mm-hmm.
college. We met her last episode, and I forgot about her already. But thank you, Debbie. Now she's been flown down to that good Brazil to meet her matchmaker Luisa, and she's there for Bruno.
Right,
But
but Luisa did the okey doke
right,
on her.
she sure did. She sure did. Cause she straight said, "No, okay, where's Bruno?" And she's like, he's so nice and so cute. She's like, oh, I'm not giving you Bruno first.
Yeah, I'm not letting you fuck this up. We gonna test you out on somebody else.
Right. She's all like, and did you see how her face fell though when she found out there was no
Uh
Bruno
huh.
first? Her face fell, and then she was like, okay. She's like, and Luisa explained why. She's like, it can't just be about Bruno. I need to match her with other people to see how she does, like you just said. And she's like, I have for you Bernardo, you know. they have they have similar values. He likes to work out. They're very similar and they match very well. So she wants to,
They're men. They match very well each other, or who? I
yeah,
like.
each other,
Oh God.
each other. So I think what she's trying to say is I think what it is with Louisa is the fact that Monica is too hung up on the looks, and he's so cute,
Mhm.
blah blah blah. And she said that's not gonna work. And she said, "Girl, what do you think is gonna be like when you're 80? It's going to be conversations." She's all
But
going based on physical. Like she feels like Monica's too physically based, that she needs to
yeah,
like focus
yeah.
on the other things that actually make up the person.
But I think she also needs a test run because she hasn't been dating
Yes.
in a long time.
Hmm.
And she is too caught up in the physical, which could be a bit shallow. So she can make all of her mistakes on Bernardo, and then then Louisa could come in and say, "Well, you did this, but let's change this up and do this, and like you bring out your real personality and stop ask deep questions, not like where'd you get your lip gloss from or how many reps do you do or whatever it is, that is so superficial." I feel she's gonna go in and ask a lot of stupid shit. So I think she just needs to get it right for Bruno.
Yeah. So I think Bruno is like the ultimate match
Hmm.
for her. But I agree with you. She's like, I'm not gonna give you Bruno, and you turn him off, and he's the one
Okay.
I picked for you.
Bernardo and his shirtless fit friends next week. The matchmaker wants Monica to get all that lust out of her system. But wait, she set her up with one man and he brought how many of his friends in that clip?
Three. It looks like three.
Like,
Two.
what
No,
were
him and
they
two others.
doing? Like, I think that's inappropriate because one, I'm coming to a foreign country to meet a man. This is my goal for coming there. I've got a matchmaker, and I'm meeting someone I don't know, and you bring in three of your buff thug friends with you, and I don't understand the language you're speaking. I wouldn't feel comfortable in that situation.
But she even said like she wasn't expecting him to bring his friends.
But she wasn't even looking nervous. She was drooling.
No, yes.
Like this girl has no caution whatsoever. I don't know. I don't
She's like,
know.
okay, they're cute. That's literally all she saw though. Let's be real.
Oh my
And you
god.
know what else? You know what else? What it is? You know why she was so comfortable? Because she was the only woman there.
Uh-huh.
That's what it was.
Next week look like it's gonna be a mess.
It is.
Anything else with her?
Mm, I think Luisa's gonna have a tough time with her.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm already seeing the issues there, but oh yeah,
But that's a lot of hard habits to break too.
true. I'm like, I'm
Uh,
gonna like, and let's be completely honest. She hasn't been dating. I wonder how long has it been outside of toys.
she said that when her daughter was little, she tried to go on dates,
Yes,
but it didn't work out. Like that's the last
right.
time I heard her talking about dating.
I wonder like it hasn't been that long, and she's just ready.
I don't know.
I mean,
She
like she
don't.
like she said like I think she said she would meet people, but they would treat her like shit. So I need more history on her, not to judge her, but it just seems like it's
Mhm.
been a minute, and she's just ready.
I think so too. I think so too. But that's why Louisa is like gearing her down, you know? Like get all of that pent up energy out before she fuck it up with Bruno. Bye Ryan. Thank you for joining us. I'm gonna say something that Ryan told me regarding Harold when we get to. Are we ready for Harold?
Yes,
Ryan says that she doesn't think Dolly as a matchmaker is a good fit for Harold.
agreed.
Um and I did agree with her. She's like you said, she's blunt, but it Katarina was blunt, but the tone of her voice and the way how she said it and the expression on her face never made it seem mean. And sometimes it looks mean from Dolly.
Right, because with Katarina, it was more it felt more constructive.
The
She
way
gave
how
him
she communicated it to
right.
him. And she took her time with him. I don't like, even though Katarina gave a heads up to Dolly, like I don't think Dolly's really paying attention to that. She's just running roughshod with Harold. I don't like her. I like Dolly.
Okay,
I
here's the thing
don't
with
think
Dolly.
she's right for him as a
Yes,
matchmaker.
and here's where it is though, and here's where it comes into play. Dolly is not remembering that Harold's on the spectrum and his social cues are off. Like he doesn't pick them up as well.
Mhm.
So for example, when he met her friend Kylie for the mock date, right? Okay,
Mhm.
you know, Harold was nervous, obviously, the mock date. He wasn't comfortable, he was very stiff, and the
Mhm.
conversation didn't flow, right? Now I'm gonna fast forward a little bit to the pictures. He drew her a
Mhm.
picture.
Mhm.
Now, see, from there, she asked him a question like, "What do you like to do for fun or something?" Right? It's something in
Mhm.
that range.
Mhm.
And he went immediately into like, I was to collect rocks and this and this. So, like he's not picking on the cues that she gave him
Mhm.
because the first cue is one of the first cues was when he gave her the picture, and when she
Mhm.
says, "Oh, you drew this," and he's all, "Yes, I did." She's all, "That's like," she's like, "That's nice," blah blah blah. He should then ask, "Oh, thank you. Now, Are you artistic in any way?" It wasn't a
Mhm.
flow because he doesn't pick up on the cues. And with Dolly, yes, you can point these things out, but you have to point them out in a way that's constructive. Like, oh, hey, Harold, like when you gave her the picture, that was very nice, but you didn't follow the flow of the conversation. Like, continue the conversation you were on and let the conversation flow. Instead, she said, like, let's start off with what you did right. It's like, oh, no. And then she goes into like, oh, like, what did you think about? Did you think he gave you the picture too soon? And she's the person say, well, yeah, a little too soon. I'm like, well, okay.
Why? Like
Yeah,
why? Like that's so. If he had a bouquet of flowers, he should have waited till later. I think that's the
exactly.
same thing as like a. She made
Exactly.
me mad with that.
I agree with you. I completely agree with you. But again, overall, what Dolly's not saying is wrong. What it is that she's not understanding. He's not going.
Mhm.
Okay, sorry. You try to tell Harold about your social cues is not going to work with him.
Mhm.
It's not going to work. You have to tell him, like, give him cues of, like, okay, Harold, this is what you do when this person says this. He needs to be, like,
He has to
set
give
him on the
it.
path.
He has to be given like bullet pointed instructions so
Yes,
he could study it
exactly.
and then try to do it. But it's still not going to
Right.
come off right because he's going to be so focused on trying to get every step right.
Exactly.
I don't think Singapore is the best place for him
No,
to find a woman because like much like Dolly, I don't think that
they won't
they,
understand him. They won't get
they won't
him.
understand him. And then on top of that, the mock date, the girl was waiting for him to lead the conversation, and
Yes.
he's never going to do that. He needs
No.
somebody like the girl from last season, Michelle. Was
No.
no
Was it
Michaela.
Michaela?
Michaela?
Michaela.
Yes. Who zoned in right away and realized like she brought the best out of Harold.
Yes. He was so comfortable.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think they're gonna find anybody like that in Singapore. Him.
No.
Oh, Ryan also said, also, are we gonna tune in every season to find out where in the world is Harold going to be dating next? Like I don't know if she thinks like he's gonna actually find somebody. I don't, but
Me neither.
I'll watch it every season just to see where he goes. But it's gonna get very tedious if he never finds anybody.
Exactly.
Um, So, Harold, you have a shelf life. Make note of that.
Like 3 seasons, sir. You got this is your second season. You got one more season to get it together.
So what else did little Miss Dolly say? She tells him that Singapore women likes guys to take the initiative in the relationship. She wants him to have confidence when he goes out on dates. They love the drawing that he gave the mock date, but he gave it too soon. They want him to improve his conversation. Dolly wants him to relax in his posture, to sit back in the chair. Um, but Harold then says that the mock date was low risk, in a low risk environment, but he's worried about his real date, because he doesn't want to mess it up. And I think this is the most charming thing about Harold when he goes into his confessionals, and you like, he's the only person on TLC, like, I can, like, 85% believe that it's true,
Right.
because he's not that jaded yet. Um, or he could just be fooling me. I don't know. Hey, Michelle, my belle. How
I
are
think what
you?
I think it is. I think in this scenario is I think he's autistic. So his
Mm-hmm.
autism, being on the spectrum, it serves him well because he doesn't seem to have the ability to put on. He's just naturally himself, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't he's not conscious of cameras and fame and all that stuff. He's just to him he's just Harold trying to live his life and not trying to be alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like he's not performing for the camera.
Mm-hmm.
And I
I
think
get it.
TLC is just using him. They're like, look, we need at least one person on this show people are gonna root for, and that's Harold.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not feeling connected to any of these people. Well, with the exception of Harold. Um, Monica just seems a little desperate to me. Victoria seems lost.
Hmm.
And I don't know why I get that impression when I look at her, but to me, she seems lost.
Because she doesn't know who
Um,
she is.
eh, true. I just felt like I hope to see her make the biggest improvement from this, Victoria. And Amber, I felt bad I was cheering for the alpaca.
Hmm.
And that's it. Um, that's we got through all four of them. That's it.
Yes. Hmm.
I think they need to incorporate a different, like, I want to visit Singapore or wherever the hell they is, but I don't want it to be on this show. Unless,
Hmm.
of course, it's someone who really understands the culture. Harold does not.
Right.
Harold does not. I miss the lady with the hijab from last season.
Yes.
She was in Morocco, right?
Yes.
Why can't we go back there? We should have started off this season with updates on last season's contestants.
Right.
Because I would like to know what happened to the girl from Mississippi or Alabama.
Oh, the one who was with the Moroccan dude,
Right, Cartisha with the
Star or something. Yeah, I know who
whatever.
you're talking about though.
Yeah, with the
Yeah,
tour
yeah.
guide who I
Yes.
thought was gay.
Right.
I would like to know what happened with them. Like, they should have given us an update. We deserved it. We didn't have a tell all. Anyway, I'm gonna stop bitching and moaning because my dinner's ready. I feel like I'm gonna go to sleep early tonight. What are we doing tomorrow? Because we have two shows tonight.
What do we have? Is it Sister? No, it's
We have
Ruby's.
Whitney and Roomies.
Let's do Ruby's.
Ruby's tomorrow. And then
Yeah,
when are we doing Whitney?
I don't know. My schedule's kind of impacted this week. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Because
All right.
I'm sorry. Like I know sometimes I'm not be excited for Whitney. I'll be excited for the side characters, but this time I'm not sure which side characters we get. 'Cause I don't care about her. Like if the storyline holds true, I don't care about her trying to have a baby at the 35 for the sixth year in a row. I don't care. It's not
But
storyline anymore.
ain't she 41 or 2 now?
That's why I said 6 years. It's been the same storyline.
Oh my god. But
Unless they have, unless they show us opening season when
uh-huh.
Glenn's house cleaned out with a for sale sign in front of it, and him moved down with the family dolphin, I don't care. I don't care.
So basically you're not caring at all this season.
Probably
That's what
not.
you're telling me.
Probably not.
But if we yes, Michelle, Whitney is back and starting tonight. Starting tonight. So like I've been frustrated with this show for quite a long time, much like Thousand Pound Sisters. But those are the shows that you guys watch.
Right.
And I don't know. Like, thank you so much for watching our reviews on Thousand Pound Roomies. Like, I didn't think people would be getting into it as much as they are, so we really appreciate that. But Match Me Abroad, no one's watching that. No one. But you guys love Thousand Pound Roomies. So,
Here's my whole thing. My
mhm,
opinion is this: like, if no one's like really watching this, I'd rather just dump this because I have a feeling this is not going to be good this season. This is my initial take on this, and this is
mhm,
how I'm feeling about this show already. I'm not excited to watch it. I'll put it that way.
yeah. So
It's not
we'll see.
exciting.
We might have because we're not connecting with any of the characters.
No,
We're not connecting with them. Um, I did watch Next Gen NYC.
a
Uh,
mess. I'm
it
following. I'm
is.
following. I'm following it. I'm following it on the clips, and I'm like,
Mhm.
oof.
And I am so surprised. I'm not surprised that I like Riley. She's grown up a lot in
Yes.
maturity wise. Loving her character. I do not like Ariana. I just don't.
Really,
Yeah. I like every time she opens her mouth, I hear Kim.
Kim. Yeah.
And she's with that guy who I think doesn't really like her. I think she's a beard for him. There you go. I'm just saying it. But she's with him for the money.
Yes, of course. That's Zaxby's right there. What you talking about?
And that's why I see Kim in her.
Don't fumble, but she can't be fumbling the bag though. She do too much. Like Ariana, she's grown up under reality TV. She see her mother just fumble multiple bags in houses. She knows what she needs to do to lock it down. I'm sure he gives her a nice allowance. But she needs to heed what he's saying, telling her stop giving your mama your money. She needs to listen to that.
Well, she's gonna go down the same road as Kim because Kim gambled and drank out all of
Oof.
Croy's
Yeah.
money,
Yes.
whereas this girl is just gonna be spending this boy's allowance.
Exactly.
And I don't know what online influencing thing she's doing, but if it's making enough money for her to go half seas on a 10K a month apartment and
Right.
support her mom and younger siblings, like sign me up. I
Hmm.
can start talking about what I got from Costco last week.
We should do that though.
Well, we had started.
I mean, we might think about that. Maybe do like a little Costco corner, Trader Joe's video or something. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
But next gen, I only follow the clips of it,
No, you got to watch the
and
show. You'll
I
get
know I
sucked
do.
into it. You'll get
It
sucked
reminds
into
me.
it.
It reminds me of a combination of High Society, uh, NYC Prep, Gossip Girl and Real Housewives kids all roll into one.
I
That's
ain't
the
never
vibe it gives
watched
me.
none of those shows, and the majority of the cast could go away.
You wait, you didn't watch High Society when Tinsley?
No,
Oh,
I don't think I was in the States when that came on. Or
oh,
was
she
that?
was running around fighting with people. They was fighting with her, because she was married to Topper and had all the money. And they didn't. Yeah, it was decent to watch him be like catty. NYC prep. That mess was hilarious. It was basically like high school, like rich kids meet all the you know, like very much Mean Girls, like in real life. That was hilarious. And Gossip Girl, yeah, I watched Gossip Girl. That was hilarious. Um,
Mm.
but y- from what I've seen, the only people we really need are Ariana, Riley, what's her name, Amira.
I don't like
Uh,
her. I don't like her.
well, she's
I
messy,
like
so
Ava. I like
she's
Ava.
she's messy. That's why you need her. You need a villain. You need someone like that
No,
just don't
I'll
care.
tolerate Charlie, but she could go.
No, sorry, no, absolutely not. You cannot tolerate Charlie.
You
That doesn't
said you
work.
need a villain.
He's
I'll
not. No,
tolerate Charlie as the villain.
no. When you come up as racist, blatantly, I'm sorry, absolutely not.
Yeah, let him come so that Riley can get him back in place and remind Ava that she blackity black. Charlie is Chuck Bass from Gossip Girl. Oh, I don't know who that is.
Oh, okay. That's why I'm like, why do you look familiar?
Oh, so he really is that character? He's an
Yes.
actor? He's strung out.
Oh
He's
no.
dealing.
Oh yeah.
He's
Chuck Bass. Yeah.
dealing drugas
Yeah.
out of that apartment.
Yeah. Chuck Bass. Yeah. Yeah. He is. Yeah. He is Chuck. Yeah. Yeah. He is that character. Yeah. For sure.
Mm.
But did you see the on IG where Charlie was like basically like without him, like you talking about, like without him, like
He
the
told
other girl
Georgia that.
Georgia, but then
Hmm.
what's what happened live, people were talking like he's all, do you think Charlie came in with the bias against the housewives kids? And Ariana said yeah, and he's talking all this shit. How about, and there were people who's like, if the housewife kids are gonna do it, then we're not gonna do it. And Andy said like, well, seeing that the Housewife kids were the reason the show got greenlit in the first place, I'm like, oops,
Yep.
oops.
Because wasn't
Well,
nobody watching that without Housewife kids on it.
no, we didn't know you.
Hmm. So
Yep.
he's just thinking too much of himself. Mm.
Yeah, I would keep Brooks. We can get rid of Brooks. He don't do
I
nothing
don't know. Brooks is not bothering me on this.
because he don't get that much
Maybe
camera time.
no, you know what it is? The way how he stuck up for Riley when Charlie was coming at her and he understood. Like
Right,
he was there when Charlie made her cry and she went and called Candy and had Candy
right,
on a speakerphone and Candy was giving her that speech and he reached out and he rubbed Riley's back like I got you, I got you. He was riding and dying for Riley. He won me over. Normally I don't like him.
right.
I don't like none of Meredith Spawn, but he won me over. And then in this last, not this, I missed an episode. I don't think I'm on the latest episode, but the one that I saw, the last one that I saw, they all got invited to Charlie's girlfriend house out on the island. He's
Mm,
the only one that showed up with a bottle of liquor. And it was an expensive bottle of liquor in the cardboard case and everything. And I was like, look at all of these rich bitches. Like Meredith did something with her kids and raised them right. As much as I don't like her, she did something right with her children. Her and
right,
Seth are like total messes on this show. With
right,
Seth telling Charlie, oh, so what is it, pansexual? I'm striving to get to that, but don't tell my wife. They are messes, complete
yes,
messes, because Meredith came to her daughter Chloe's birthday party scoping out new dick. That's what they're giving me on this show.
right. Like, yeah,
And
I'm gonna binge watch this because I've been seeing the clips. And I'm like, okay, this is not. I think what
listen,
people went in with a bias against this show. I think because they thought it was gonna be GS focused, and it's not.
listen, Meredith and Seth are the two biggest, like, what the fuck am I watching on this show?
Right.
When Seth goes with Brooks to Dame's golf tournament, Dame was smoking a blunt.
Yes, he was.
And Seth is like, "Oh, you smoke?" And Dave offers him, "Hey, do you want some? Here you go." He's like, I work for this company, and we can't do it if it wasn't for the company." Just say no. Don't say, like, if you wasn't working for this company, because that's telling the company that you smoke weed, you idiot.
That
They're
too.
the two biggest hilarious fuck ups I've ever seen in my life. They're actually likable in their stupidity on this show.
On this show, yes.
Poor Brooks and Chloe. Mm.
I think it's because they actually get to be like themselves as parents. I think that's really what it
Mhm.
comes down to. And you know what? Overall, they are likable because like I think they're more relaxed here. Whereas I feel on Salt Lake City, they're very stressed out about trying to be a certain way. I'm like, just be yourself.
Mhm. And trying to
Just be
push
yourself.
their storyline too. Dad,
Yeah,
she was rich as fuck, miserable. Can't stand Meredith and Seth. They're so desperate. Yes, but it's funny on this show. It really is. And in the worst way possible. It it doesn't reflect well on either one of them, but you're just like, so this is what they meant, Meredith, when Shawtastic said that you was out in New York hunting dick. It's
Um,
true.
well, Jen Shaw said that though. If you
Right,
want,
Shawtastic. That's what I
yeah,
said.
Childtastic. Okay, Childtastic. Okay, I got you.
I didn't want to give a full name.
Oh,
She's still
I
in
will.
jail.
Kudos, Jen. Not kudos, but Jen Shaw called in.
She did. She did. I saw it firsthand at the birthday party.
Because my whole
And
thing is this: if y'all want to be out there putting your business out there, and I'm saying it like this for a reason.
mhm.
If you want to do what you do, people are going to like you more if you just come out and do what you do,
Mhm.
and not try to hide it and and portray yourself a certain way.
I agree.
Don't do that. Don't do
Mhm.
that.
Proof
I'm
of the
I,
pudding is them on this show.
yes. Give me this on Salt Lake City, and you'll be golden. Because
Mhm.
anytime you're yourself, if my thing is, if y'all have an open marriage, you can do what you do when you travel. It don't matter. It's your business. If you like it, I love it. As long as it gets messy, I'm here for it.
Mhm. I think
Like,
Meredith and Seth are pineapple. What that mean?
I'm
Sa-
curious, Michelle. What does pineapple mean? I'm curious.
yeah, what that mean in the hip kid world? What that mean? Watch it mean something like they're sweet. But wait. But she can't stand Meredith and Seth. Does
Right.
it mean prickly? Um,
But yeah, I'm gonna actually binge watch this show now because I've been seeing is people were down on it, but now some people it's more split. I'm like, okay, I'll watch it.
mhm.
I like Riley. I do like pineapple. I know pineapples equal swingers.
Oh,
Okay,
really? Well, damn. You learn something new every day. I gotta use that. I don't know on who, but I gotta use it. Thank you.
but yeah, I'm gonna start binge watching this show now.
I've been binge watched the first 3 episodes and it went by so quick.
Okay, good.
It went by so quick because I was doing laundry and I was still engaged with it, and it was awesome. It was awesome. If you have
Yeah, I'll
any
definitely.
time, just go over
I will.
on Peacock and try it out, because like you lose a lot of it with the clip shows, like the clip recaps,
Hmm.
um, and like everybody has their own biases. Like, I'll give you an example. Alex Rogers, he doesn't have much time to waste on it. He just like cuts everybody down, like, But then you go over to Chris's channel, see Diggy, and he loves that show and goes into like he watches that show and breaks it down, and he thoroughly enjoyed it. And after watching two of his reviews, I decided to go and binge watch it a Saturday night
Hmm.
and enjoyed myself. And then I got Heidi hooked on it.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I'm down.
Mm-hmm.
The clips make it look a lot better than what people are making it out to be. So I'll watch it.
So then Heidi hits me back and makes me watch Virgins, and that is one big roll of palaver. Like, oh my God, I'm so irritated with everybody on that show.
Okay, I'll just skip that then.
I'm just I don't have much patience these days. But anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with us today. We've kept you long enough talking about a whole bunch of nonsense. But we'll see you back here tomorrow, hopefully. I couldn't find an upside down pineapple emoji. Oh, so upside down pineapple is a swinger. Oh,
Gotcha.
interesting. I'm going to remember that. All right, guys. See you back here tomorrow. Where you still be talking about roomies tomorrow?
Roommates, yes.
Okay. All right. So enjoy your evenings. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Thanks for joining us today. And thanks to our new subscribers. Again, give us a thumbs up before you leave today. Until next time, bye.
Bye.